This is One on One.
The first day we opened this building, there was one mother walking down the hallway holding her child's hand, and one of our staff members passed by, and just out loud, as if to nobody, she says, "This place makes you proud to have a child with special needs." When I heard that, that was it. It was worth the entire project.
Now, we are familiar with you, both of you, in your work, your extraordinary work, particularly dealing with those with special needs, teens and children, through the Making a Difference Awards, the Raspberry Foundation Making a Difference Awards. Tell us, Rabbi, what this location is and why it's so special.
There's times when there's opportunities and responsibilities. And from when we started the Friendship Circle, that's the type of response that we always felt we needed to step up and make a difference. The families were coming to us, they were asking for programs, they were asking for opportunities for their children. As those children grew to teens, to young adults, we needed to respond, and this is just an expansion of that. New Jersey has the highest rate of autism.
In the nation?
In the nation, and therefore across the world, because the United States has the highest rate of autism. Essex County has the highest rate of autism in New Jersey. So this really puts this building in the epicenter, and therefore in the opportunity responsibility.
I mean, there's a Jersey Shore room. There's a room where there's a bank over here. There's a pool that's being built. There's a football field connected with the New York Jets. They built it's extraordinary. Describe some of the rooms and why they're so special.
We really wanted to give these children an opportunity to have what they really need. So every room is...
What do they need?
It's different than your typical child. You could put them in any room and kind of set up a location for them and, teach them the skills. But for these young individuals, they need everything to be perfect for them so that they really feel at home and at ease, and they could learn those skills that they need.
So, for example, when I was in the gym, you said to me, Rabbi, that it's soundproof because?
The echo, we have a special ceiling and wall panels, so there's no echo, because a lot of the individuals have sensory issues and sensitivity to gym, and therefore they can't participate in sports in a regular gym. So here we're going to have a basketball league with all the area schools, and all kids will feel comfortable participating in those sports.
What about the theater that we saw? Is there something different about that theater as opposed to any other theater?
It's fully accessible, the stage, and even the control booth, because there's going to be young adults who will be running the control booth during shows, movies, plays performances we'll put on. We're going to be partnering with an organization to create interactive plays that they will then be able to go put on performances in larger theaters as well. So in this village, you're going to have banks who are going to send their tellers here to be tellers in our bank, and similarly with all the different spaces, so that the real world comes here and they meet together and they experience life together. Children will have programs together in this facility. So all of that creates an environment for what happens in LifeTown, really mimics and therefore empowers for what will happen out in the real world.
From your experience, Doctor, what is it that most of us say we want to be helpful, the average person out there, but who does not have direct experience with a child with autism, a child with special needs? What is it that we misunderstand about them?
I think one of the biggest things is that you shouldn't define an individual by their disabilities. You should define them by their abilities.
What does that mean?
Just because an individual may have a disability, that doesn't mean that they can't learn and they can't do other activities if you give them the proper accommodations and supports.
LifeTown offers an opportunity for children who are way too often isolated to not just experience life in a more vibrant way, but the idea of interacting with others, as you say, normal teens who do not have these issues. What it does for them is one thing, the children with special needs, but what does it do for the teenager who's volunteering here? There's over 1,000 volunteers. What does it do for them?
They begin to understand that just because children with disabilities are different doesn't mean that they don't have other abilities and that they can't be successful.
Toba, what does LifeTown mean for parents of children, teens with special needs?
The opportunities are limited for these families. And as they grow out of their teenage years, you know, they enter the new stage of the real world, and there isn't much there. So this is just the beginning of giving them those opportunities where they'll be able to go out to the real world and get jobs. So for example, if they work in our pet store for 6 months or in our florist, they may be able to get a job in a real florist and ultimately give them real purpose and meaning.
Barbara, tell us about Jonathan.
Jonathan is a very active, lively, energetic, social adult with special needs who's been involved in the special needs Friendship Circle program since...
Friendship Circle is part of what's going on here.
He was one of the first 5 children who were involved in the Friendship Circle.
Jonathan being 28. Finding important, valuable, meaningful activities for Jonathan more difficult after a certain age?
Once a child ages out of the school system at 21, there are adult programs for them during the day, but as far as their social activities and their after school or after work activities, they're limited. LifeTown offers a lot of opportunities, and I was particularly involved in helping to encourage and develop programs that will be beneficial to the adults with special needs.
What has that meant for you and your family?
It's remarkable. I think we're very, very blessed to have this as part of our community, and particularly to be a part of this system as it has evolved in so many different ways.
The folks here at LifeTown, they were recognized by the Raspberry Foundation, the award for making, one of the awards for making a difference. How much of a difference is being made here? Will be made here as well.
What's most remarkable is that initially this started as just an idea, and together with the support of the community, many families with special needs, we've all come together, and this has become a hub where we all feel comfortable and we can continue to support one another and know that our children are being taken care of.
Scale from 1 to 10, final question, how happy is Jonathan when he's here?
Oh, I think it's well beyond 10.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 30 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by the Russell Berry Foundation, Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey, TD Bank, RWJ Barnabas Health, PSC&G, the Healthcare Foundation of New Jersey, and by Caldwell University. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.